Why are labels so hard to shake in the NFL? Draft busts are seen as such until they have at least 2 high-level seasons or some type of spectacular moment that removes that tag. Sam Darnold is currently fighting this. The same can be said for the dreaded game manager label, a term that carries a stigma, and essentially that's because it says your team wins because of everyone but you. There have been several quarterbacks who held the qualification of game manager, but few have been able to rip it away. I think, though, that is exactly what Jared Goff is doing, and he's becoming an elite quarterback. Welcome back to Unlikely Success. Like, comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Today I want to talk about Jared Goff's unfair label as a game manager, even as he continues to prove it wrong. Let's start with the Rams days, where Jared Goff was a product of his surroundings. For most young QBs, this has been the case. It wasn't unique. Goff was running one of the league's best offenses from 2017 through 2018, and while Todd Gurley was the engine, Jared was a capable driver. Over this time, he threw for 60 touchdowns with only 19 picks and nearly 8,500 yards. Both years he was a Pro Bowler, but his momentum was killed after a rough showing in the 2018 Super Bowl. Because of this loss and a pass interference call that I intentionally overlooked the validity of, his game-tying and winning drives in the NFC Championship are forgotten. Both were clutch, and both could not erase the atrocious Super Bowl performance by the Rams offense. Since then, he has gone 2-2 in playoff games with 6 touchdowns, 0 picks, and a 67 completion percentage. Not too bad, and not game manager numbers. Sure, he was traded for Stafford, which has been covered previously, and it definitely hurts his case to overcome the game manager tag when Stafford comes in and wins a Super Bowl. But Goff has turned around the Lions. Have they added talent across the roster? Yes. Has Jared played at a high level? Also yes. His career redemption may take several more years, or a Lions Super Bowl victory this year would completely rewrite the narrative. But if you look at Goff's numbers, they are way better than you think. Over 7 full seasons, he averages 4,200 yards with 25 touchdowns and 11 picks. All very, very solid numbers. Did he struggle as a young QB in big spots? Yes. But that wasn't the case in 2023 with Detroit. And that's a franchise that went 30 years without winning a playoff game. He is building an MVP case in 2024, and somehow, even today, Ben Johnson is getting most of the credit for the offense. By no means do I intend to, or is this meant to, discredit the great coaching minds and talent that Goff has benefited from, because he has, for sure. But also, he deserves some credit for his development and his contributions. How long and how much does a quarterback have to do to prove they are better than the narrative around them says they are? If Goff wins an MVP, is that enough? Or does he also have to win a Super Bowl? His numbers were similar to Brock Purdy's in 2023, and his team's record was around the same. But one was being argued for as the MVP, while the other was benefiting from the talent around him. I'm not sure I follow why that is, but something tells me that the media and voters are still looking at Goff as though he's the young guy playing with the Rams, rather than the fully developed star he's become in Detroit. To me, Goff is somewhere between the 5th and 10th best in the NFL. But that's because guys like Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, and Burrow have proven they can do more with less. It's very fair to knock Goff a bit because he's surrounded by talent, but that knock cannot go so far as to discount his ability and performance. Maybe these are just my thoughts though. Let me know in the comments. This has been the Unlikely Success.